Welcome back, guys, to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel. With NFL media types and, of course, all 32 teams descending on Indianapolis for the Combine, just a lot of rapid-fire information coming out if you follow some of these guys on Twitter, or even if you just follow your local newspaper or team website. A lot of rumors floating around, and, now you get into the season of, the taking down of prospects by analysts. You get into our teams being honest when they're at these press conferences at the Combine, or they throwing up smoke screens to set up potential trades. Just a lot going on behind the scenes. And, I'll start with some of the rumors going around with the quarterbacks that are coming out in the 2014 draft. And first one, not really a rumor, but based on what you're hearing from the Combine, is the fact that, the Jaguars, number one, are going to meet with Manziel, Bridgewater, okay, and Bortles at the draft, which makes total sense. You could play out a scenario where, they could have their pick of all those three guys, or they'll be picking between, two of those guys at pick number 3. I don't think quarterbacks will go 1, 2 in this draft. I think you could have someone maybe trade up to pick number 2 to grab a quarterback. Maybe that is the Jaguars. Maybe they do trade up one spot to secure that they get the guy they want. We'll see how that plays out, but to me, the real questions start to come when after the first quarterback is off the board, all right? And let's say all 3 of these guys are off the board in the top 5. I think there's an outside shot of that happening. If that's the case, you have Tampa at 7 and Minnesota at 8 that are presumably in the market for a quarterback. Tampa and Lovie Smith, okay, coming out and saying yesterday he thinks there's going to be a franchise quarterback available at 7, and that Tampa may be in the market for one. That's a bit surprising because I thought they'd give Mike Glennon another year, but if that's maybe the direction they want to go in, to Tampa at 7 and Minnesota at 8, who is in the market for a quarterback, do they see a franchise guy at either of those 2 spots that they jump on if the big 3 are already taken? And the 4th guy here would presumably be Derek Carr. And do teams think he's, a top 10 pick? You get analysts and things leaked from front office people, which seem completely split on Derek Carr. His combine is going to be very big here. His pro day will be big as well to see how he throws and how he competes here in the drills and, obviously in his pro day and, the interview process at the combine and et cetera, all of which are under a microscope, especially for a quarterback. But keep an eye out for Tampa at 7 and Minnesota at 8. Are they, again, sending smoke screens to try to get someone to trade to their pick for that 4th elusive quarterback? That'll become a lot clearer here in the next couple of months. All right, moving from, some of the quarterback issues to also some teams from the NFC North with some rumors surrounding them. And one I'll start with is the Lions. And one that caught my eye is most mock drafts have the Lions going with a cornerback or a wide receiver at pick number 10 overall. I know for me, I've had them on Darqueze Dennard, who I think is the best corner in this draft in all my mock drafts. That's been the one place I've been pretty consistent. But, we have insiders for the Lions bringing up a good point in the fact that they may value even a safety at pick number 10 if Clinton Dix or Pryor sort of separate themselves here in the next, couple of weeks, and obviously at the Combine as well. So that's something to keep an eye on. If Clinton Dix or Pryor really wow at the Combine and become that top safety, clear cut, could they sneak up possibly as high as pick 10 to the Lions? Is something to watch out for. And, a team and a prospect you're hearing being linked a lot is if you move to the Bears and Aaron Donald seem to really be picking up steam. For a long time, okay, there's one mock draft where I did have them going with a defensive tackle. I had them going with a safety in the last mock draft with Clinton Dix, but more I'm hearing is the Bears don't really value safeties that high in the draft, even though it was a dreadful position for them in 2013. I'm beginning to think more and more they do address the interior of that defense. Timmy Jernigan is a guy you're hearing linked to them a lot, but Aaron Donald, sources inside that Bears organization, again, who knows how serious you can take it at this point, but they seem to be enamored with Aaron Donald. He's a good fit for the particular scheme that they run. He was a dominant college player. He's going to be smaller than a lot of the defensive linemen this week, guys, especially a tackle, but we already knew that coming into the Combine. So you have plenty of tape on this guy to be able to evaluate that he was a dominant player at the tackle position, dominated the Senior Bowl as well. So it could be very well likely you may see Aaron Donald, going up to the middle of that first round here on draft day. So keep an eye out for that. And lastly, looking forward here to the combine. The combine's always more exciting when you're able to see the quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, the edge players, and the secondary players perform. I'm looking forward to that here in the next couple of days. Looking forward to see how some of these defensive backs go up and down boards. Jimmie Ward from Northern Illinois is a particular guy I'm looking forward to seeing. Remember, he lined up at corner and at safety at Northern Illinois. The guy is a playmaker. Again, not the prototypical size that sometimes NFL GMs look for, but I think a guy that's going to impress in the drills and be someone who moves up people's draft boards. Whether that means a first round, I don't know. But what I think of Jimmie Ward, because if you listen to my top 5 defensive back videos, I think he's one of the top 5 defensive backs in this draft. So let me know what you guys think of some of these rumors coming out at the Combine. I've been doing a video like this every day here, guys, through the Combine to keep you updated. So hit me up in the comments. Be sure to subscribe. It's completely free. Thanks as always for listening, and have a great day.